Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. This is Omowumi. You're welcome back. If this is your first time, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, you're also welcome to this channel. So in today's video is story time. I uploaded something like this when I started this channel, but at some point I wanted to run away from YouTube, so I deleted some of these videos. So I'm making this video again to encourage some people, to encourage a lot of people, and to let you know you can actually get where you're going, even though, yeah. So this is like an encouragement to a lot of people. So this is like how I transition into a teacher. Yeah, transition into a teacher. So when I came into the country, I didn't work for like 3 weeks. Yes, I didn't work for like 3 weeks. I said 3 years. I didn't work for like 3 weeks. I was looking for a job back to back. I was sending CVs, applying for jobs, applying to agencies, care agencies, just to get shit. Then I was a student dependent, so it wasn't forthcoming. And then I was really frustrated. I just wanted to work. Though a lot of people were telling me, don't worry, when you start working, you will even be tired of working and all that. Just enjoy the time you have now. But I really wanted to work, now. I really wanted to get something doing. So at some point, a friend of my husband said, before then, a lot of people were like, oh, there's a kitchen job somewhere, there's a this somewhere, there's that somewhere. But my husband would say, no, just calm down and don't worry, you get something doing. So as then later, a friend of my husband now said, okay, that there's a factory. Yeah, there's a factory that needs workers to come and work with them. So when we went for induction, so before then, let me jump. So before then I applied. So I was called for, I think, was it interview or induction? I don't think they did interview. Yeah, I don't think so. So they called us for induction, and then we went. I said we because I got, now UK, you get like connection all that. So we got there, and I met people which are Nigerians also. So we on that spot we became friends. So then we went for the induction, and then straight they started they booked us for shift. So in which, since it's full time, it is 4 days on, 3 days off. Yeah, 4 days on, 3 days off, 2 nights, 2 days. So I was so excited to start and all that. So I started, but the first week I did 3 days, and I noticed my strength, my health could not carry it. It could not carry it at all. So I contacted my company and told them that my health would not be able to do 4 days, 3 days. So they told me, okay, fine. And that is something about UK. I mean, don't let me say UK, about some workers, some employers. When you say your health is at stake, they can work around what your health will be able to take. So they asked me how many days I would be able to do, and I said I will be able to do 3 days. If they can do 2 days, like today and tomorrow, there's a break, I will rest, and then probably the following day I can do it. I'm resting for a day in between. So they said that is fine. But they said, since I'm not, that is part-time and not full-time, because if it's full-time, that would be a contract 4 days. That is part-time. And I said, excuse me, and I said, okay. So sometimes they'll give me twice in a week. Sometimes they'll give me 3 times in a week. So I started and I was doing it. At some point, at first, it was hard. It was hard. There was a friend that I had then that on her first day, she was crying. She was crying. She was like, oh my God, and all that. Later, we were laughing at each other. And like, now you're enjoying the job, because fine, it can be stressful because it's a factory, but later we were enjoying it. So after then, and then I got a permanent care job, a support worker job. Yes. So I applied. Then it was a student area, so the people would tell you, oh, this place is recruiting, apply. So I applied, and I was called for interview. I nailed the interview. Now I came to YouTube to come and watch some videos about interviews and all that. So I nailed the interview. That is why I'll be doing an interview video about what you'll be asked in an interview for a teaching job. Yes, I'll be dropping that soon. So I came here to watch and I nailed the interview. In fact, the interviewer was like, "You're good." I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." So I got employed as a support worker. That was full-time. Yes, that was full-time. So I started doing that, and then at some point I was talking. I think I did that for 3 months before transitioning to a teacher, into a supply teacher. So I was doing that. So at some point there was a day I was chatting with one of the workers in the support work. Yeah, so we were cleaning. I could remember very well, we were cleaning the kitchen, and then we were talking, and she asked me my qualification, and I told her I have a degree in education, science education, and I also have a master. Immediately I mentioned I have a master's. She was so shocked and was like, "What are you?" The question she asked me was, "What are you doing here? You're supposed to be a teacher. They need teachers." And the problem with migrants, yeah, migrants like us, like me, is when you get, because I remember when I started working in the factory, my dad called me at some point and told me, "Why can't you go into teaching? You did education, first degree, second degree." And I was telling him I don't think I'll be able to do that with my certificate. Sincerely, I didn't have any information whether I can or I cannot, but I just, in your head you're just like, no, they can't accept the certificates from my country. So I told the lady, I told the lady that I had this qualification, and she was like, "You can go into teaching." That she has a church member, shout out to you, Fatima, God bless you. So that she has a church member, and the person can put me through. That person is also an overseas trained teacher from Nigeria. I was like, oh wow. So I got the contact of the person, and then the person I called the person. So I contacted the person, and she gave me the agency I can contact. So I contacted the agency. The agency said I should sent my CV. I think I started working the following week. Okay, what happened was I left my support work because I knew I would be relocating. Then my husband was done with school. So I left my support work then. So it was easy for me to even transition because we were moving to another county entirely. Yeah. So I stopped my support work. So it was easy transition itself into the teaching job role. So when she told me before we moved, I already contacted agencies where we were moving to, and I already registered with them. I've dropped the requirements on this channel. So those are the requirements they asked me. So I already registered with them, and immediately I landed in my destination. I started work with them. But before I left where I was, I also worked with an agency for I think 3 weeks. Yes, I worked with the one the lady gave to me. So I started my work experience there. Yes, as a supply teacher. So I started my work experience there as a supply teacher. So that was how I transitioned. And the funniest part is what I'm trying to encourage people with in this video is just start somewhere. When I started with a factory job, up till today, I'm still using a reference for my factory job. Up till today, yes, I can tell you, I'm still using a reference for my factory job because it's on my CV, the time I worked with them. And whenever I need referencing, and probably the agency I want to work with or the company I want to work with, send them an email for reference, they always give me a reference. They always give me reference. So assuming I'm like, oh, I can't do a factory work or something. If your head does not take it, you can't. But probably if you think you're too big, oh, I have a PhD, I'm a lawyer, or I'm something for my country, I can't do this menial job. You have to start somewhere before you get to where you're going. So that is what that is what my story time is about. So you have to start somewhere to get to where you're going. And the amazing part, like I said, is I still get referencing from them. Even if I want to apply for a permanent job today, if they contact probably my agencies, and most jobs in the UK, you will need 2 referencing. So if one reply and one does not reply, I just tell them, do you want for my previous jobs? Can you take a reference for my previous jobs? And they will say, yeah, it doesn't matter whether it's teaching or not. And I will just drop drop their email, they will reply. In fact, they reply sharp more than more than the recent ones I've worked with. So that is just about it, and that is my encouragement for someone in coming in, or you just came in and you're finding your way. Just start with something. Just start with something. If it's an agency job, if it's a factory job, if it's something, you will still get to where you are going. Yes, you still get to where you're going. So I'll see you in my next video, and I'll be dropping the interview video very soon. Yes, I promise that I'll be dropping it very soon, because there are agencies that did interview for me. At least I did interview with 2 agencies, like real interview, not mere interview, because some agencies I did mere interview where they will just ask you about classroom management. How will you manage your classroom? If your students is not behaving, how will you know? Those ones like confirm interview that they will ask you questions like 10. And I also had a school interview when I was thinking I should go into a permanent teaching job. So I will bring those questions here to come and share with you what you might be asked if you're going into a permanent teaching job role. So I will see you guys in my next video. Stay blessed.